Hello, everyone. My name is Barbara Allen, and I'm creator and event planner of Redfern Events. We are holding an Evening with Spirit Psychic Fair, Friday, February 25th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the GIBSON Center in Alliston. Joining me today is one of our lovely readers for the event, psychic and author Tammie Whalen Buckler. Being featured on both TV and radio, Tammie Whalen Buckler is a tarot reader and author of Vibrations, A Psychic Journey. Tammie, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
So I guess I want to know first about you, your journey, how you got to where you are today.
Oh, wow. So that's a long journey. And I even wrote about it in my book called Vibrations. But I was one of those strange childs that my mother and I joked came from Mars. I saw the world a little differently. Everything had a vibration. And I thought everyone saw the world the same way I did as a child. So there were many torturous moments at schools and that when I'd say something, thinking that they could see what I see, and of course got terribly teased and ran home to my mom. But that's a little bit about what Vibrations is about. And it's really about the psychic journey. Not my personal journey, although they are both intermingled.
Awesome. Well, I have a question about your journey. So you're saying that from a young child, you had your gift very prominently. And I'm wondering, did you do education formally once you grew older, or was this just something that you've been able to be in tune with without kind of formal?
No, because of my age, there's a big gap there. It was really taboo, not to even say the word psychic. You know, you never let people know you were psychic. In fact, anytime I'd come home from school crying, my mother would sort of put me on her lap and say, "Now I told you, you can't talk to people about that." And so it was really ingrained. Don't talk about it. So you wouldn't teach or be taught. You sort of hit it and just let these things happen. And I mean, it's from one spectrum to the other. As a wildly psychic child who didn't learn how to control, you know, and ground it. There were many different experiences from seeing spirits. Sorry, I'm petting my cat here, and that was his tail you probably saw. So I did embrace reading tarot and started learning it. Well, it's been a lifetime of learning. I'm still learning about spirits and energies, and you know, how to really embrace all of those senses. And there are so many, but the psychic senses, and then start allowing them to complement your physical senses. And as I say, it's a lifelong journey. And to stop saying, "Oh, it was just a coincidence," you know, there's so many of those too. So, I mean, in the book that I wrote, I wanted people to know that they weren't alone, because I was alone for most of my journey. In fact, I came out of the psychic closet. I love that word. When I finally said yes to publishing my book, because I couldn't backpedal after I'd done that. And as a professional, I mean, I owned my own business. I wasn't going to come out, you know, just a young little thing there. And I was nervous. I wasn't authentic. And that's okay, because that was part of my journey. But it can be frightful if you don't have like a group of people or a tribe around you that can support you. So it took a long time for me to finally decide, yes, I'm coming out of the psychic closet. This is who I am. And I know I'm going to lose a lot of family or friends, you know, because they liked or loved this person that I portrayed. And when I did become authentic, a lot of them just sort of dropped out of the picture. And the beautiful part of that, though, for anybody who's still in the closet, the beautiful part of it is I began to be surrounded by people of like mind, of like energy, who were all so supportive. And I didn't have to hide anymore. It was wonderful. It is wonderful. So there you go, people. Be brave and just do it, because it'll change your life.
I love that so much, you know, and I understand to a point, but as far as like not being accepted, I have a similar journey, but I know that, you know, the challenges when you're younger must have been very hard to find your way through. It's wonderful that there's people like you and the tribes that surround you and I and everyone watching, that that we have that support now to be able to come into our own and to learn, and for it to become a normal, more spiritual journey, as opposed to you know, just sitting back and feeling frightened about it. So that's wonderful. I love that you made that book. And where can people find that book if they'd like to?
Oh, it's on Amazon. Or they can just send me an email and I can do a signed copy and mail it off to them. But it's in full. It's Vibrations Dash, A Psychic Journey. Because I think there's 2 or 3 other books out there that are similar. But yeah, Vibrations, A Psychic Journey.
Okay, and you have a website as well, correct? Can you just maybe give your
Yes.
social media links, and then they can find your book and different ways to contact you as well through your website as well, correct?
Yeah, TammieBuckler.com.
Excellent. Okay, and then we're going to have that at the bottom of the screen for everyone. All Tammie's social media links and information about her book, everything she offers will be there. And Tammie, for the show, what can people expect of you?
Well, I'm actually going to be doing tarot card readings. And by the way, I use a deck. Here's how ancient I am. My cards are probably close to, they've got to be like close to, well, I've been reading for almost 50 years. So those cards have to be 30 years old. 30, I use the same deck for reading because it's very powerfully in tune to me. So I will be providing readings. I'll also be providing a couple really unique things. The one I want to mention is, of course, the vibrations that we were talking about. I could, at a young age, feel crystals, and each one had a different vibration. And I, for friends, would put together different crystals in a bundle, because I would create a certain energy and I could tell what vibration that energy was. So I created these energy pouches, and they will be at my table for people to purchase. And I also, for people who are not able to burn their sage or smudge for whatever reason. I know smoke-free buildings don't allow it anymore. But I have come up with, again, because of vibrations, different blends of, let's say, you know, sage, catnip, lavender, but these different blends are a smokeless way for you to enjoy sort of smudging before you do meditation or whatever. But there's 5 of those specific blends that will be at the table as well, and all sorts of other things.
Wow, that's amazing. Something for everybody.
I think so. I like the smokeless. I actually started making that and selling it, or making it available to the public, because before I would perform a reading for somebody, I would have them do a little smudge exercise with me, just to clear away any energy that didn't belong to them and sort of help them ground. And unbeknownst to them, before they'd leave, they'd get a bit of a healing as well. So that's what started it, because they kept asking for it afterwards. I'd get a phone call, can I buy some of that from you? Because it really is remarkable. So that's what started it.
That's excellent. Well, that's going to be great. People know that they can get that from you at the show.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be doing readings and pre-registering. I know that is something that you're doing.
Usually, to be honest with you, I sell out before the show opens. So it's a good idea if somebody wants a reading that they just send me an email and say, you know, what times are available, and they can pre-book their readings so they're not disappointed.
Okay, perfect. And they can find you again through your website to do
Right
that.
on the website, and the email is simple. It's info@tammiebuckler.com. So
Info. Perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at the event in person. And thank you for your time and your energy today.
and thank you. I appreciate this opportunity.
You're very welcome. Okay, well, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks.